I do believe in you have to take care of all three facets. Because if you don't take care of, one of them, I think they all suffer.
Right. So like our co-host over here, Alicia, she practices veganism, right?
Uh-huh.
So not fully. Stop saying that.
But you get in there, you work your way up. So are you a vegan or are you practicing?
Nah.
What do you see the benefits in that?
To each his own. I eat everything if it ain't pork, just keeping it 100. But, I think that the biggest problem that we have with, like, animals, like, it's not really even just the animals, but the food that we consume is that it's not really the food itself, is what's done to it, if that makes sense. So it's like how you're raising animals is what contributes to what the diseases and the things that you get. Like we're not consuming them from the nature anymore. Like you don't have cows that are just wild. These are farm grown, being fed by other human beings, other cows, all type of wild stuff, and chickens the same way.
Steroids.
You feel what I'm saying? So they're doing things to them to basically capitalize on. So it has nothing to do with health or nature per se. Like that's not the way we were meant to consume them, where they were meant to be grown. So we're eating them in that form, and I think that has an ill effect on our health over the long haul. And we're seeing it now. You know what I'm saying? We're the first generation that's really, really having experienced the brunt of a bunch of bad eating over the course of however many years. You feel what I'm saying?
So why music? You come from that to this. Why music?
Why music? I'm good at it. I enjoy it. It's an avenue, it's a lane, like, you know what I'm saying? It don't stop no hustle. If it stopped my dough, if it had me in a situation where I was hurting because of it, then I'm going to be real, I probably wouldn't. I got other priorities. But being as though I'm able to do it, me and my bro, we kind of like, we got it up and running, whereas it's self-sufficient, something that we can do. It makes sense. I'm with it, you know what I'm saying? Till it don't make sense.
When did you discover you were good at music?
A long time ago. When I was young, like 16, 17. You know what I'm saying?
Like what happened? You're going to need to give us a little
all
detail.
right.
Let's not be all discreet.
All right. So you want to know that? Okay, so back when I was in 3rd grade, right? I had a teacher. No, I'm joking. What really happened? Okay, so I used to, like, you know how you listen to old songs? Like, I grew up in that era, like Bone Thugs, 3-6, Pastor Troy, where you would hear somebody say things, right? And you wouldn't necessarily know not just what they were saying, but what they meant when they said it. So I would listen to Bone. My big thing was like I would listen to Bone, and I would like try to understand every word that they would say. So I would sit there with it. I would have, you feel me? You know how that shit.
You gotta print that shit out.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Say it right.
So I would like literally take the tape and I would like play it and write down each word until I got every bar, and then I would like recite it with them. So then how that what that ended up translating into was I would hear beats and words, like not really words, but like rhythms would come to my head, and I would like mumble along with it, and I was like, damn, I could put some words to that, I think. And then one day, one of my homies was like, put some words to it, and I just tried it, and then I found that I was pretty good at it. Is that extensive enough, or do I need to?
No, that's dope.
No, you can tell us what your first song was about too.
My first song was about drugs. It was about I can actually spit it if you want me. Want to stop the stage and get popped and hit. Nah, that shit was trash. I can't spit that. I can't spit that shit. That shit was absolute. That shit was trash.
You had bricks. You was 10 years old with 20 bricks. Sit your ass down,
That shit was trash. It was something like that. If it wasn't 20, if it wasn't 10 bricks, it was 10 baddies or some wild shit I was talking about.
Shit you ain't never seen and done and
It was
shit.
wild. It was wild as hell. It is.
Cool,
It was
though,
wild.
man,
It was wild. It was wild.
So, okay, I know this may be a little
Okay, here we go.
weird.
Here we
No,
go.
for real.
Here we go.
No, for real, because you saying you from PG, so
Yeah, I am.
okay, from you being from PG.
Where you from?
You know,
Before we
I'm
even
from,
get into this.
I'm from Baltimore.
Yes.
Okay,
Hey, wait to say
that's
that.
what I'm gonna make
Right.
sure.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure.
So when I say East, yeah, Northeast to be exact. But when I say okay, we from Baltimore, I get like a different perspectives of people that's from PG County.
What's your perspective of people that's from PG County?
Well,
They
when
think
I
they're
asked
better than us?
that, no, not that they better. No, not that
They
feel.
rich.
Not even that. Like,
What's
Prince
rich?
George County rich, ain't it?
like okay, so you
There's rich people. There's rich people. There's rich people
Right.
in PG County.
Facts. So okay, as far as like the things that you rap about though, like as far as like
They think it's
the
bushes and shit out
streets
there.
and shit like that, is it really like it's like a ghetto in Prince George's County?
Like you mean okay, so PG County is huge.
Right.
Let's get that
I'm saying,
understood.
well,
Like,
what part you from? Like,
where
are
I'm
you,
from, okay,
are you
so
in the struggle?
I
like,
speak to-
you come from like a two parent home, single mother. Let me
They
just
go to-
get to
they
it.
go to
You feel me?
Baltimore.
Let me
They
just
go to
get
Baltimore
it.
right there.
Let me just get to it.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh-huh.
are you really? about what you rapping. You feel me? Are you some boy that went to an all boys school and you know what I mean was raised up right? You feel me? I'm just saying. I'm just I'm asking. Right. Or how did you get exposed to that lifestyle? Because
there's some
clearly you not
that do that and
just
about that.
You get what I'm saying? Clearly you not just like no good boy and was raised in no, you know what I'm saying, no all boys school. Facts. Or you know what I mean? That clearly that's not you talking about you did a bid and all that. What I'm saying
9 years,
is
8 months and 3 weeks.
Yeah, so that's a nice little bid. So how did you end up even getting in like involved in that lifestyle? Really is what I'm getting at. Like for you to even be in a mix of that, how did that happen? You being from PG County.
All right, so okay, I'm gonna start with mentality. Bernie Madoff, right? He had the biggest Ponzi scheme in the history of the world, right? The biggest known Ponzi scheme. He stole about $78 billion or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. He didn't have to do that, right?
Right.
But he saw a hole in the system and he attacked it, correct?
Right.
So his mentality was that of, I see an opportunity, I'm gonna seize it, regardless of where he was from or how much money he may have come from, right? All right, so I don't come from that background. Let's get that straight right now. Now, me personally, if you want to know, I went to Cherokee Lane Elementary School, and then from there I moved to Lewisdale. I went to Lewisdale Elementary, and then Nicholas Owen Middle, and then Northwestern High School. I graduated in 2004. That kind of dates me, but letting people know, let them know. All right, so, but my point is that beyond me even speaking, because I don't like to speak in terms of where I'm from as far as that being a reason for who I am. Because although it contributed, if you took me and you put me in East Baltimore, or you put me in West Baltimore,
you're going to survive.
Not just survive, I'm going to thrive. Okay. And I'm going to bust your ass if you get out of line. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter where you put me. When you took me at 19, I went to the federal penitentiary, right? Maximum security. Right. I had 38 points. I know niggas ain't going to know what that is, but let me break that down for you. When you have 38 points, in order to classify for a maximum security, you need 24. So I had 14 more than what you needed to classify for that. When I got there, right, I had... My sentence was 130 months, 10 years, 10 months, right? Everybody there, 75% of the compound that has 30 years or better, they got life. Right. Or they not the equivalent of it, or they not going home. Right. I got daylight. You feel what I'm saying? Like I got a bid. It's a stretch.
Like a year in fact.
Facts.
Give me 10.
I got a great number. You feel what I'm saying? Compared to what I'm around. Now my whole
you usually get 10 or better.
Yeah. Now my whole point in bringing what I'm drawn to is that regardless of where I was from, nigga, I had to do that time.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So what I was comprised of is what made me get through that time.
Right.
So whatever circumstances I grew up in, however it contributed to who I am, obviously it made me alright as far as that shit goes. Yeah. As far as the street goes. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So I could look any nigga, any part of the country, I can look him in his eyes and tell him, fuck you.
Right.
And this is what it is, and this is what it ain't gonna be.
Get your knife.
No matter how old he is, exactly. Yeah. No matter where I ain't gonna tell him to get his life. He ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? You better have that motherfucker. You better have that motherfucker.
Jumping the gun, thinking
you feel what I'm saying? But my point is that my neighborhood. I'm gonna speak back to my neighborhood. I'm gonna answer your question. My neighborhood is one that a lot of money goes through. As far as niggas get money there, like it was that way. Now it's not so much because a lot of the niggas got indicted, killed, moved away. We older,
right.
But it's a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of foreigners where I'm from. I'm foreign, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of foreigners, a lot of Dominicans, a lot of El Salvadorians, a lot of Africans. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot. But everybody comes from a similar struggle. So every neighborhood, I don't know if y'all really realize, is a come up to somebody. So for us, we thought from moving to Lewisdale that we was coming up, and then we all ended up in a cesspool. You feel what I'm saying? So in there, you got a bunch of people that got the same mentality, even though you removed them from like the slums. You feel what I'm saying? But everybody got the same mentality. So you got a bunch of niggas, and we kind of like unified. Anytime, like if you heard, I don't know, y'all not familiar with the go-go scene, but there's a little group called The Wild. That's where I'm from. Yeah. Now you got all these niggas, and pretty much, it don't matter. Like I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like it's the worst area ever. I'm not gonna say, but I'm gonna say that it doesn't dictate what I'm gonna do to you or what I'm not gonna do to you.
Thanks.
You feel what I'm saying? Or what I'm capable of or what I'm not capable of. I'm not the toughest nigga. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm just the toughest, but we gonna find out.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like we gonna definitely go there. We gonna definitely go that route.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So to answer your question directly, like. I understand whatever connotations people have, like would associate with my area because of, especially from up this way. You know what I'm saying? Not no knock on anybody out here. You feel what I'm saying? I understand how it may seem from their appearance.
Right.
But if you run up on me like you stupid because I'm from there, you gonna run back the same way you just ran up on me.
Right.
Real stupid because you thought I was from there.
Right.
So don't let it be off that. Don't let it be because of where I'm from that you do some stupid shit.
So I asked you that for a reason. I asked that because with Baltimore, PG County, DC, all that, people have a tendency here to have a sort of...
Well, everybody thinks we're all hood as fuck in Baltimore,
right? But no, I don't know about your perspective, but I'm talking about which is mine per se. With also because I lived in Bowie for some time.
Okay, how you like it there?
It was cool. That's how I actually met my sister. You feel me? Like I actually found out that I had a whole sister, same father, all that. Right. So I've lived. My thing is the reason why I say that is because I wanted you to explain that aspect of the breakdown.
Got you.
Because I've dealt with men that lived in PG County, DC men, other than Baltimore men, and they were all thorough as fuck.
Facts.
You feel me? And just like I said, we lived in Bowie. It was certain, classes of houses that you were per se.
Yeah.
But being in there, I've seen just some crazy shit here in Baltimore when I was in here, just some crazy shit down there in Bowie or down in PG County of, people, little niggas selling drugs, little niggas running through their homes, having crazy shit going on.
Thing. Every county, every place has something.
Right. Here, but my point is here in Baltimore, yo, I've had a lot of conversation with guys and they think that I'm crazy when I say this. When I say that, it's some thorough ass niggas in PG County and Bowie, you know what I'm saying? But it's niggas like, what? You got fucking clowns.
A lot of niggas.
I'm like, okay. And they looking at me like, you a female. Of course you're gonna think that. I know the difference between thorough niggas. You feel me? Like
a lot of niggas ain't never been outside of their city limits.
Exactly.
So they associate the toughest shit with what they've seen. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So if they can't imagine a nigga from this city that they've heard or seen on TV, that's it. That's the most abstract dealing they have nothing to relate it to. If they haven't dealt with anybody from that area, they gonna think, well, look, them niggas all soft out there. Or them niggas all this way out there.
For the most part, though, like a lot of niggas I run into, ain't nobody thinking like that. Not the niggas I be around.
Yeah, if a nigga know better,
niggas that think like that,
my niggas, we know better.
We a different age group. You feel me?
Right.
You out there in 40s now.
I definitely agree with the statement, the mindset, because it's that poverty mindset. No matter where you take it, motherfuckers gonna live like that. They could be in a mansion, but if they got that poverty mindset, they gonna have noodles all over the place.
Facts.
Roaches gonna be in. It's gonna be crazy.
Ain't gonna be no grass in the front yard.
Right. It's gonna be phony, but. Like I knew of a couple artists out there. One of them was a battle rapper. You probably don't know him, but his name was like PG Skillet or some shit.
I heard of him.
Yo, homie was real fucking nice, yo. And if he out there somewhere, man, I hope he's striving and busting moves.
PG Skillet.
This right here, this is
shout out PG
Skillet.
Skillet.
Some motivation for you, man. ACEAMIN, man.
Facts.
But real quick, have you ever had that situation where it was like, yo, the DC niggas had to come at y'all like on some different shit, like y'all not from around here, or is it looked upon at PG? We all together. Ain't
no such thing. I mean, I'm not gonna say ain't no such thing. Now it's a little bit better, but growing up it was a clear delineation. It's like we from here, you from across the water. You come across here, this is what it is. Now they kind of blur the lines a little bit. When you in the system, it's clear, except for when especially when you closer to home. Like the closer you get to home, the more people that you got from the area, the less they need you. When I was in the South, I was at a prison in Georgia for like 3 years, and it was like 17 niggas from the area, from this entire area, from Baltimore, DC, Northern Virginia. I was the big homie there. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I got to Virginia, Lee County, it was 700 niggas there. They like, yeah, this is the big homie, but he from Maryland. You feel what I'm saying? We got to make that distinction clear. But when I was down there, and there was only 17 of you, and if a nigga got in your ass, you would need a nigga, then I was the big homie. But when we get up here, now that you got 700 niggas with you, you don't necessarily need me. Yeah, he from Maryland.
Did you move around? Now, did you have one of them trips where it was like you moved around?
Yeah, I moved around. I was at six different spots. I was in
That's normal shit though for you.
Facts. Yeah, I started off in Atlanta, went to West Virginia, went back to Georgia, went to New Jersey, went to New York, went to regular Virginia. Then I left from Alabama, went home.
So that whole experience, what did you take away from it in the music? Like, how did you reflect your experience in your music?
When you hear a beat, right? I think that I've explained this a few times. This is the best way I can explain. That's why I can explain my music. When you hear a beat, right? Whatever, if it doesn't move you emotionally, I don't think it's a beat that you need to rap on. So if it moves you emotionally, whatever emotion it is that it elicits from you, it's then your job to convey that emotion on the track. You feel what I'm saying? So if you hear a beat and it makes you feel like mournful, sorrowful, it's then your job as an artist to put that mourn and that sorrow on that track, whatever your subject matter may be. And I think it makes it easier when you work with the beat for you to be able to convey a particular emotion to the audience so that they'll get it. Like, okay, well, I get what he's saying. Like, if you hear that song about my daughter, the first thing that I thought about when I heard the song was my daughter. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, let me speak about what I feel about the situation surrounding my daughter. And it's natural. You feel what I'm saying? It's not something where I'm forcing it, where it's like, oh, I got to make a hit, or I got to make this type of track, or I got to make that type of track. Whatever I feel when I hear the beat, first off, it got to be a good beat. And then whatever the beat makes me feel, then just go from there.
So the song X on there.
Yeah.
I gotta know a little bit more about it. Like, the intro was crazy.
Okay.
It basically was like the girl... Was it basically shot you?
Yeah.
In it?
All right, so it was the whole, if you listen to it again, the whole, it's an allegory. So it was about a former lifestyle. So the first verse was the lifestyle rapping, or the female rapping to me about his gripes, and then the second was my rebuttal to that. So it was like I was literally talking to a ski mask. So it's like, that's why if you listen to the verse when I'm like I can't even recall it right now, that's crazy, but basically I alluded to the fact that I used to cover your face, I saved your face, and now you this is what you do, like basically saying that the former lifestyle, once it sees you happy, is trying to claim you and pull you back into it. You feel what I'm saying? Then the second one is me, like, actually talking and challenging that whole frame of thinking. Like, look, I'm over here now. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm living. And this is why I'm living that way. You can't take credit for this. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're trying to. Like, but I made it sound like it was like an ex. You know how you do. You got that one ex that feel like they built you up. They feel like they're responsible for who you are, why you are the way you are, why you think the way you are, and they trying to tear you down, but at the same time pull you back to them. So it was like that whole dynamic. So I made it seem like I was talking about an actual female. And we shot a video for it, actually. Shout out to Bree. She played my ex in the video, and it was like she kidnapped me and killed me. But it is what it is. Yeah.
And when can we catch that video?
It hasn't dropped yet. It's gonna drop within the next week or so. I'm getting with DC Top 20. Shout out DJ Anonymous, and we're gonna get that dropped together. But within the next week or so, we'll have that on YouTube. You know what I mean?
So as far as like, I do have a question when you're saying as far as beats. How did you come up with doing the projects? You know, you said that you were doing the projects as far as the I'm sorry, what's the name of it?
Yeah, the Wolf 2. Yeah, the Wolf 2.
So when you decide that you're going to do that, like, what comes to mind of like, oh yeah, well, I'm about to put out a mixtape. Okay. How long is your process? If you're saying somebody bring you 5 beats and you're not feeling none of them, you just not gonna record nothing and none of them?
Nah, hell no. Why would I do that?
So that's what I'm saying. How long did it take you to put
that whole project together?
Yes.
From beginning to end. Okay, we recorded the first song. Which is Punctuation. It was known as Bullets and Commas at the time. We recorded that last May. I recorded the last song in November.
Okay.
But that was more so like my engineer. Shout out Trice too, my engineer. Shout out Trice. King Trice Productions. He moves around a lot, so it was like hard to lock him down, and I move around a lot. Our schedule is crazy, so it was hard to like really fit everything in. So it was like the writing doesn't take long. Once I know where I'm trying to go, like at first I was just recording songs. And seeing what I like, seeing what was good. I don't believe in throwaway tracks. I don't believe in just doing something to do something. I believe that every time I do a track, I'm trying to put my best into it.
Right.
So I might be writing 5 different songs at one time, but they're 5 completely different songs. Like I said, because it's like even if you listen to the album, like the flows is different, and I can kind of hear the transitions from like, because I know from the beginning to end, because I always record like my intro and my outro last. This is a habit I have. And I could hear where I was kind of like getting more and more comfortable. If you listen to it as it progresses, you can kind of hear where I was like in the pockets, like this trappy rap now, like far as the rhythms, not like the content. Where you could hear I was getting a little bit more comfortable. But my process is like literally, I just scour for beats, get as many as I can, and I got a million of them that I haven't even used, paid for, we haven't even used. But whatever I like at the time. And then try to write something to it as fast as I can, because if I let it sit too long, I kind of get off it, and then I'm just like, whatever, I'll use it later, and then that later just becomes never, and then we wasted money, and then we got to recoup it. Right. So, the process wasn't long. Once I figured out what like what story I was trying to tell from beginning to end, it was easy. It was like, all right, well, let me just make songs that fit that narrative. And it was kind of like I said, I was just recording songs at first. The songs kind of drifted. They naturally went
together.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, well, since I'm already going that direction, there's no need in trying to deviate from that and try something new. I'm going to just keep going in that path.
So how do you, what you saying as far as writing, which I love that you're saying that you're writing your music. How you feel about this, this new era where writers,
they freestyle.
They're not writing, they're just freestyling.
It's okay to not write. It's not okay to not plan. Like, okay, so if you go in a booth and you just decide, I'm not going to say it's not okay. It doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
Some niggas, they take it and go too far. Like, they take that, they from that school like Biggie and then Jay and then Kanye and then so on and so forth. For them niggas don't write. But them niggas wasn't not coming up with ideas.
Correct.
Them niggas was thinking of, they was like 4-ball punching it, like Wayne. He wasn't just, Wayne kind of took it and went elsewhere with it. That's why he raps the way he does now. No offense to him, but a 4-ball punch, like they mistaken it. Like a 4-ball punching, when you don't write nothing down, is, and Rick Ross does it too, is in order to keep, it's like so you can ride the momentum of the beat. So you build up and you know what you're going into next, but you don't actually write anything down. So you'll do 4 bars and then come out the booth, listen to the 4 bars, and come up with 4 more in your head before you go in there. So you're not literally freestyling.
Right.
You're just not writing it down. So it's like you're writing in your head.
Right.
So niggas now, they've taken it to a step where we're not writing, period. We're not even planning. We're just going in there and doing whatever feels right. You know what I'm saying?
Spitting on the beat.
Whatever feels good at the time, and we just going to lay it down, and niggas is going to eat it up. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it's a lot of shit to go on. I could go on for days about that shit. But seriously, we ain't got enough time for me to get. I get on the fucking soapbox. Y'all niggas that hate me in this motherfucker. Real. I swear to God. Y'all hate me.
Who do you like, well, it's other than yourself, of course, your music. Who else do you like right now as far as artists that's
I like
out?
a bunch of PG County niggas. My man, Rush them. I'm not plugging niggas right now.
I'm going to say plug them in.
My man, 6304, Bud T, my man Josh, Juggy, all them my niggas. But my nigga GPS, Great Patch, that's my nigga. All my niggas in PG that's putting it down.
What about industry-wise?
Industry-wise, I can appreciate any type of good music. Like, I just actually found myself listening a lot to Lil Uzi Vert. I know that sounds crazy. I love Lil Uzi. You know what I'm saying? But I found myself like I can appreciate what he does.
Yeah.
Like, for what it is. Like, I don't like say, okay, Lil Uzi Vert's better than Jay-Z and no shit. Like,
He's
the best nigga ever. He
just do his own shit.
But I think that there's room for him to be able to create that type of music, and I ain't got no problem with it. Like, but you mean when you say industry, so I like good music. Literally, like, I just like shit that makes you feel something.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? That's why I like Lil Uzi.
Who were you listening to coming up?
The niggas I named earlier, Bone 3-6, Jay-Z, Eminem, Jay-Z, Eminem, the heaviest solo influences, Bone, Pastor Troy, 3-6. I don't mean to keep doing that. I'm missing a bunch, man. That's bad.
But that's a good list. I love Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, them niggas formulate. I didn't realize how much I listened to them niggas till I started doing this new shit and I started rapping. I'm like, damn, them niggas stuck with me. I like that shit. Facts, them niggas is good. I like them niggas. Them niggas was real good.
Well, I feel like before we get out of here, we should get a little more personal. Like, maybe we need to do some this or that.
What is that?
Smash or pass. What
Whoa.
you guys say? We can do this or that. We can do this or that.
He said, whoa, with the
I'm saying I would do whatever. I'm just saying I don't know what's going on though.
He said I don't know what's going on.
I don't.
We'll start something simple. You know, like
Annihilators or Starburst.
Yeah. And you just gotta pick which one.
This or that.
Do.
Which one?
This or that.
Starburst. I wouldn't need none of them.
That's good too.
Anybody that's watching that, I be personal trained. Don't eat none of them shit. Don't eat none of that shit. All that shit is bad. But if I had to choose, if you had a gun to my head, since slavery was a choice, since slavery was a choice, and now Starburst and Annihilators is a choice, I'ma choose Starburst.
Okay.
Since slavery was a choice, these motherfuckers is crazy.
All right, something simple, then we'll get a little more difficult. Weight training or cardio?
You can't have one without the other. He gonna say weight training over there. That's why he gonna say weight training. You really can't have one without the other.
What do you prefer to do?
Neither. I hate working out.
You're a trainer?
Facts. I don't like that shit. It's necessary, but I don't like that shit. It's like drinking medicine, like castor oil shit. Like, I don't want to do that shit. Or getting surgery. I don't want to do that shit. But I got to. You feel what I'm saying? I hate training. I hate working out. But
how about Tupac and Bone Thugs or Biggie and Bone Thugs?
The songs, the individual song they put together,
yeah,
that's hard. Tupac, I'm gonna have to go with
the Tupac one?
I got to go with it.
I
got to go with Thug Love.
That's cool.
I gotta go with
Biggie's joint.
That song was cool.
Biggie shit was lit.
Y'all on bars. Y'all on bars. That's why.
But but Biggie
and beat that
and
beat was ridiculous.
Nobody rap.
You saying the sorry?
When they came out for that,
the Notorious Thugs beat was better than the Thug Love beat.
I'm just saying the whole hook in the beat.
That shit was crazy.
You didn't think that shit was first time it was high.
The beat was it was high. I ain't saying it ain't, but you saying it was better than Thug Love?
I just think I like the song better. I like the Biggie.
I respect that. I respect that.
And I love Tupac, but I like the Biggie joint better.
I respect that. I definitely respect. I confidently disagree, but
that's why it's disrespect.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, female artists. I'm gonna have to say, Little Kim or Foxy Brown in their prime.
In their prime?
Yes.
So Big writing or Jay-Z writing?
I'm
gonna go with Jay-Z writing. I'm a Jay-Z fan. I'm gonna go with Jay-Z behind the bar.
It's like no female can ever write.
That's
what they say.
I'm not saying that at all. That wasn't even my angle. But if y'all gonna paint me as that, then I'm gonna say I like J Pen better than Big, since I'm gonna be a feminist basher or I'm a woman basher. Anyway, well, fuck it. They ain't write none of that shit.
That don't write their own shit.
Exactly.
That's a fact. I'm not one of them, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I have nothing. I'm not one of them niggas, so. And one of y'all niggas that do have niggas writing for you, if you need somebody to write for you, I'm always here. The pen is like my pen is like that.
Though, man, we appreciate
excuse me.
Let the people know where they can follow you at. We can get that music at one more time.
ACEAMIN on all platforms. That's ACEAMIN. Remember that name, ACEAMIN. Next year we're gonna be having a different conversation. I'm on every platform, every streaming platform. Year the Wolf 2, SoundCloud. You got Year the Wolf 1, Instagram, Twitter, ACEAMIN 23. We from 23rd. What's the word? Mercy Brothers. Everybody, man, y'all be easy. I appreciate y'all having me.
Real quick, what do you want people to take away from your music?
Okay, it's an individual plight. I want you to listen to the music, and I want you to gain from it what you need to gain from it. But I want you to know that the artistic value is completely 100% bona fide. I have not said one thing on the track that is not true. I stand by everything that I've said. I stand by everything that I've created. And I hope that you just get a positive, not even necessarily positive. I hope you get whatever the fuck you get from it. Whether it's bad, good, in between, you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Listen to it and take something from it and go do something with yourself. Facts.
This is a well-spoken black man right here. I just want to say that. Just real quick. I give recognition when it's a well-spoken black man. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a lot. I'm for real, yo. We don't have a lot of well-spoken black men out here. And shouts out to him. You feel me?
Definitely not rappers. They'll just come up.
Right. They be just saying
any. That's because niggas ain't got to rap no more. Yeah. Right. You ain't got to speak the rap no more. You could just.
It is crazy, yo.
You already know where to follow the squad at, man. Follow us at Intune_radio on IG. If you miss any of our shows, our past events, go to RadioOnFire.com and look up that Intune radio joint. You feel me? It's your boy, City of Guys, Philly.
And it's Tina Yagani. You can follow me on IG at _the_Persian.
And you already know, it's your girl, Alicia Lee. You can follow me at Alicia Lee _the truth. And real quick, real fast, I just got to drop some words because my man ain't dropped none. With me turning 29, yo, it's been a real blessing. And sometimes we overlook a lot of shit because we be so tied up in the stresses and everything that we dealing for is life. But look around at the people that's around you, yo. It's a lot of blessings that's surrounding around you and a lot of love, and just make sure you show appreciation to those people that you love, because you never know what the fuck they gonna do for you. So shouts out to my NT Radio. Y'all got me ready.
She gonna
I love y'all. Thank y'all, man.
I love y'all.
Love you too, man.
I was at my